So, recently there's been this whole Olympic trans thing, and it's kind of thrown into relief something I maybe should have talked about earlier. And I maybe brushed on a little bit I had done a video, I don't know if it was last year or something, with regards to an article written by Rashad Rehman. Now, the article is titled something like "Intrasex Does Not Destroy the Binary." Good article if you ever want to read it. But I had maybe expressed to some extent like what I thought sex was all about. And I maybe should have done this one earlier. But it feels like on the right. I'm going to maybe piss off a couple of people on the conservative side of things. Because it feels like on the right, for a long time, the whole kind of carrion cry is the chromosomes don't lie. The chromosomes are an indicator of... They're the thing itself with regards to sex, right? That's kind of been the mentality. And I don't think that's correct. I think I disagree with that. I think they're a good indicator, and perhaps even statistically, they're almost an infallible indicator. Like the odds of people falling outside of that are very low. But it does happen. And to my mind, the more fundamental thing, the thing itself with regards to sex, is functionality, i.e. functionality within sexual reproduction. Now, maybe it sounds like I'm pigeonholing people there. There are a lot of other experiences that are typical of being a man or being a woman, but in my mind, all of those are secondary to the thing itself being functionality with regards to sexual reproduction. It's pretty complicated, as I understand it. In men, there are at least 3 organs involved in the production of semen or sperm or whatever. I think it's seminal, oh goodness, I don't want to list them off, but then there's the delivery mechanism itself. I'm trying to be tasteful here. You'd have to ask a biologist, but I'm going to guess women's setup is probably even more complicated than men's, given that they not only have to produce the reproductive cells or inject it into someone else, but they also have to gestate the child, and I think they hook up the child to their liver or something with an umbilical cord. That's its own thing, and then they have to push the child out at the appropriate time. So theirs might even be more complicated. Point being, though, it feels like the most fundamental thing, the thing itself, and perhaps the thing we should use to delineate between people of different sexes, is the reproductive cell they produce, sperm for men, I think eggs for women, and absent that or in tandem with it, the manner in which their body orients itself towards either gestation or impregnation. And to me, like, that's the thing itself. That's the most fundamental delineator as well. With regards to the woman in the Olympic thing, I'm going to call her a woman, at least tentatively. That seems like the appropriate thing. It kind of sucks, but I feel like they do almost have a right to say, no, you can't compete. The ideal, it feels like, that we're striving for in sporting events is fairness and fair play, right? And of course it's not perfect, but the idea is that all else being as equal as it can possibly be, when one person comes up against another person on the field of sport or whatever, when they win, the person says, do you know what? I won because I'm better, because I trained harder, because I worked harder, because I'm smarter, because I'm a better player than the other person. That's why I won, right? And for that reason, it feels like they should be able to say, no, you can't compete. And it sucks for the woman involved, but again, it feels like that's the ideal we're striving for. Fairness and fair play. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please press the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to.